Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Gracie, and today I'm going to be talking about virtual sorority recruitment. I'm getting so many questions on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me on there, make sure you do. That is where I'm probably most up to date, especially at the moment. A lot of you are wondering what advice or what things I can share about virtual sorority recruitment, whether or not you go or are planning to go to the University of Alabama or not. I am here to talk about it. Now, the reason I kind of feel weird and uncomfortable about this situation is because I personally have never been through virtual sorority recruitment. I don't know really how it's gonna work, and I think we're all kind of going through the same thing together, and I know this is definitely not the kind of recruitment you thought you were going into, and my heart just breaks when they emailed us the other day that the University of Alabama is actually going into phase 3, which means every single round is online or Zoom recruitment, whatever you want to call it, and bid day will be the only thing that's in person. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I was sorry when only preference round was in person, and now there's nothing, and it's gonna definitely be weird, and all these sorority advice videos I'm sure you've been watching for months and months no longer apply at all. So I just want to sit here and send my condolences out to you. Now, the one thing is that nobody's ever been through virtual sorority recruitment, so it's kind of cool to be like, you know, you went through virtual sorority recruitment, but that also means that absolutely nobody is more prepared than you are. Nobody knows what to expect. I don't even really know what to expect, and I'm on the other side of it. I just know that it's gonna be different, but you won't know what you're missing out on because you've never been through it before, so that should bring you a little bit of comfort. So that being said, I thought I would just give some bits and pieces of advice I think will be applicable to going through virtual sorority recruitment. This cannot be a guarantee. Again, you're going to be sitting somewhere on a computer talking to a girl through a screen. I kind of know what it's like to talk to a camera, but just think about it like a FaceTime call with your friends. Be comfortable, be yourself. That's exactly what you'd want to do in the house anyway. It can be kind of tricky because sometimes you might feel the urge to put on the front without even knowing it and not be completely yourself. You want to try and adapt and mold to whatever girl that you're talking to, but that should not be the case. Even on video, you just have to be super mindful of that. That is a huge part of sorority recruitment, is finding a group of girls that is going to be like you, or that is going to push you to be the woman you want to become in your next 4 years. You don't want to be pretending and putting on this charade for recruitment, because once you get in that house, you'll be putting on that charade for the next 4 years, and that I could just imagine would be absolutely exhausting. Now, because everything is virtual, I don't want you to start getting virtual advice. Now, this can be a little difficult, like, what are you talking about? What I mean by this is that there are some websites out there, Greek Rank obviously being one of them. It's very well known to just have a bunch of trolls, internet trolls. By internet trolls, I mean like people who just go on there and say completely wrong things, because if you don't know what's going on, you can tend to believe those lies, and it's kind of hard to explain. And now that I said to not go look at it, you're probably going to go look at it, and I would just suggest, if you are even going to take a glance at Greek Rank, not to believe anything you read. I don't even want to say you can believe some of it. I'm going to say believe none of it, because even if I were to go on Greek Rank right now and read it, me being the sorority woman I am, I would be able to tell you that all of it is just wrong. And so definitely do not look on there, because every sorority is a great sorority, especially at Alabama, but you won't really know what kind of sorority it is until you start talking to those girls. You can't believe what the internet tries to tell you it is, because trust me, it is false. I really like to emphasize this point because I was sucked into that, and I believe I talked about it a little bit in other sorority videos, which I can link some down below. You can watch them if you want. I don't know how applicable they will be for Zoom recruitment, but I will say that being the first girl in my family to rush a sorority, I wanted to know everything. I was researching, and I was like, oh great, there's this website that kind of tells you what sororities are good and what sororities are bad, and they couldn't be farther from the truth. Also, when I kind of had picked out like, oh, this house, and this house are good, and that's the only houses I'm going, and I wasn't snotty about it like that, but in the back of my mind I was like, oh, so these are the ones I really should be looking at. My world was rocked the first day, well, the first 2 days of recruitment, the first round, because I realized that all those perceptions I had in my head were so false. Pi Phi, the sorority I'm in, I'm a Pi Phi Alabama, I probably should have started with that, wasn't even on my radar. I didn't really think much about it. I just knew that it wasn't as good as another one, or another few that I thought I wanted. And again, couldn't be farther from the truth. I walked in and I felt immediate comfort. Kaylee, I talk about her all the time. First girl I talked to in Pi Phi. I love her. Just so real, so genuine. It wasn't just those like, what's your major? Where are you living this year? Conversations. So look for those conversations that stick in different places. And I'm not going to be partial to Pi Phi in this video. I use that as an example of all those houses that I thought I wanted to go. I was like, I don't fit in here. And what I read about them isn't necessarily true. So I have all these screwed up expectations. So going into the second round, I wiped them out of my mind. I told myself, you have to find the place where you belong. And it did end up being Pi Phi. And so that's kind of why I say that, because I read things and they're just not true. And not that there were bad things about Pi Phi on there, but really you just want to evaluate what is right for you, because what is right for you is not right for the girl that's next to you, and it couldn't be right for the girl who lives across the hall from you. Like, it's totally different for everyone. So please go into it with an open mind and stick to what you believe. Don't listen to what anybody else is saying. That being said, I just want to touch on a little thing, is that sororities are different at every school. If you didn't already know that, one house's personality, I guess, could be different than another's at a school or whatever. So don't be pressured by your friends who go to other schools to join their sorority, or your moms or aunts. If you're a legacy somewhere, don't feel pressure at all, because it could be a totally different experience than that sorority that they were used to, and you could be miserable. You could love it. If you're a legacy and you love it, go for it. But if you think you're going to be miserable, don't feel pressured to do anything. I know sorority recruitment can be exhausting. It can be scary, it can be stressful, but I just want you to remember that you are you, and that's all you can do is be yourself. It will work itself out. Trust me, there's this thing called trust the process, and it's so hard to explain, and everybody will tell you to trust the process, and you'll be so annoyed because you don't know what that means, but you will know when it gets down to the end. You're like, oh my goodness, it's all meant to be. Trust me, it is all meant to be. I do want to give you a little bit of an inside tip. We are just as nervous as you. Maybe you're a little bit more nervous in your first house or whatever, but it is actually kind of scary to talk to girls. You're trying to find your future sisters, and it can be really intimidating. So just know that you're nervous and we're nervous. So just let that energy slide off. Again, tell yourself you will end up where you're supposed to end up, and it'll all work out. And lastly, I'm just gonna kind of end with my biggest piece of advice from going through recruitment. Obviously, I have been through recruitment as a freshman and on the other side of recruitment as a sophomore, and now I will be on the other side of virtual recruitment as a junior. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm going to my junior year of college. Sorry, slight tangent. But have fun. Like I said, it can be stressful, and I don't want to stress you out by saying that. You just gotta remind yourself that this is fun. You are looking for girls that sounds cheesy but are gonna be your future bridesmaids and your best friends. I feel so confident in my decision of picking Pi Phi, especially since I was like, Pi Phi, kind of whatever. Went into the house and was like, oh. And that could happen for you in any house. So just have fun, have some great conversations, meet some great girls. Again, I know Zoom is going to be something so weird, and you're not really going to meet your sisters until you're in person on bid day, which makes it that much more important to pay attention to the conversations and how you feel talking to the girl. If you feel nervous to talk to her, maybe if it's the first round, it's okay. But if you're feeling nervous or you feel like you don't have anything to say, maybe it's not the right house for you. But if you feel like the conversation just goes and you could see her as your big or one of your best friends, or just a girl that you would love to see around the house and hang out with, keep those ones in mind. Because one of the big things I did was just think in my head, okay, could I be friends with this girl? Is this conversation difficult for me to get through? Do I not just feel that connection, feel that click there? Sorry about that. I don't know what is beeping in my house. Anyway, you've got this. You're going to have so much fun. Be yourself. Be confident, be you. Seriously, that's all I can really tell you. Again, Zoom recruitment, I know it's gonna be weird. What are you gonna do if the Wi-Fi goes down? I don't know, it's all so unknown, but the best part is, like I said, it's unknown for you and it's unknown for us just as much. Everything is so up in the air in general these days, so just take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and one party at a time, and I promise you, you'll get through in one piece and have an amazing 4 years of college. So that being said, congratulations, you've graduated high school, you are off to college, the next four, best four type of a thing. And of course, congratulations for deciding to go through sorority recruitment. I will say it time and time again, it is the best decision I have made in my college career, and I'm so excited that you are going to experience something amazing as well. That being said, I'm here for you guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down below if there's something I didn't cover about sorority virtual recruitment. I am wishing you all the best of luck and the best of happiness in your next 4 years at college. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram to keep up with everything, especially because work week and recruitment week and move-in are all happening so soon for me, and I'm so excited. And don't forget to like this video because that's fun, and subscribe down below so you don't miss any more videos. Like I said, all those things that are coming up on my Instagram will also be videos on my YouTube as well, so that'll be really fun to join me for that in my college life. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Bye!